We're going to answer this question before us. It is a trigonometry question, everyone's favorite. It says, if theta is between 0 and pi on 2, so that's our domain there, and cos of theta is 5 on 13, what is tan of theta? Okay, the first thing you need to recognize here is that this is a Pythagorean identity question. And our Pythagorean identity states that sine squared plus cos squared is equal to 1. Now, what have we been given? We have been told, if I come over here, I've been told that cos of theta is 5 on 13. So I could sub that into this spot here and then solve for sine. Now, that's a perfectly legitimate way to do it. You could solve for sine and then go sine divided by cos is tan. That's one way to approach this question. But I think there's actually a quicker way to approach a Pythagorean identity questions when they're asking you to find the tan value. So when they're asking you to find the tan value, I think there's a quicker way to do it. And it also works if they're asking you to find the sine value as well. But I'm just going to show you now. Ready? We're still using the same idea of the Pythagorean identity. So it's not like we're using some other idea. It's just the way we're representing it. So instead of doing it kind of algebraically by subbing things in, we're going to approach it visually. So I know that what I have here is a triangle. I'm drawing a triangle. And that angle there is theta. And I've been told that cos of theta is 5 on 13. So let me just write this down here. Cos of theta is 5 on 13. Well, what is cos? Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. So that means if this is the angle, adjacent would be here, that's 5, and hypotenuse would be here, that's 13. What I now want to find is this b value there. I want to find that b value. Well, how can I find that b value? I know that the way that I find b is simply by going, well, b squared is going to be equal to the hypotenuse squared minus this 5 squared. Now, I would probably just do this in my CAS because I am lazy. So we're going to go menu 3-1. Whoa. And it's not just laziness as well. If you've got your CAS, you'd kind of be silly not to use it to answer things quicker. B squared equals 13 squared minus 5 squared over b. That means b is going to be equal to plus or minus 12. So that means right here, this is going to be plus or minus 12. Now you have to figure out whether it's going to be plus or minus. You have to figure it out. So how can we figure out whether or not it's going to be plus or minus? You're going to have to look at your domain. So consider the domain. So I'm going to write that in. Consider domain. That's not how you spell domain. Domain doesn't have a T. To determine positive or negative. My domain is from 0 to pi on 2. So let's draw this for a second. My domain is from 0 to pi on 2. I've been told that my cos value is positive, 5 on 13. My cos value is positive, it's 5 on 13. So that means this here is 5 on 13. Can you tell me, what is my sine value going to be? Is it going to be positive or negative? And hopefully you can see that's positive because it's going up. It would be negative if it was going down, right? That's negative, but that's up, so that's positive. So that means this b value here, which corresponds to the sine value, is going to be positive 12. So therefore, positive 12. So you need to make sure that you can kind of think these questions through as to whether or not they're positive or negative, because that's normally where people get tripped up. Okay, then after all is said and done here, if they now want me to find tan of theta, it's simply going to be opposite over adjacent. Opposite is 12. Adjacent is 5. It will be 12 on 5. My answer is A. And take note that it's not E because this one's negative. So they're trying to throw you there with that negative. Make sure you are comfortable with this type of question. All right, I'll see you in the next one.